All right, we are back at it again. Another Tuesday night. Happy to be back. Missed last week. Was doing some really fun stuff. Putting in the work for the Mash Journey Whiskey Club. That's for sure. A few people in here were part of what we had going on last night. But hey, everybody, thanks for jumping in tonight. Really appreciate it. I figured let's bust out a few of these. This is actually the first time that I think I've put together all of these, really all of our picks. No, I shouldn't even say all of them. I mean, it's a few of them, but I wanted to kind of focus on a few bourbons tonight. And then obviously what I did was I just had the wife grab some, and originally this guy was in there, but kind of pulled it out because I mean, it's a fantastic bourbon, period. I mean, it wouldn't matter where it really ranked. For me, it's one of my favorites, and I think it's been a lot of other people's favorites. But rather than try to kind of include it, I know there weren't a lot of bottles and there weren't a lot of people that got them. I figured, well, let's just take that one out. We'll get a few in that I think most people really had pretty good access to, maybe minus this one. I mean, I could have swapped another one out for that, but I wanted to kind of get another kind of hitter in here with another higher proof bourbon. So that's kind of why I did that. But let me go back. A lot of people were in, shouldn't say a lot of people. I never have a lot of people, but let me go back to the beginning and just say hi to a few people that were in here early on. Dustin, Top Shelf Dustin, thanks for jumping in. TK, Katie, the boss, how are you? Ethan, my man, how's it going, buddy? Always good to see you guys. What else we got here? We had a little conversation going before we went live too in the chat. So Roy, how's it going, buddy? Good to see you as always. We got here. John Crons, thanks, John. Appreciate that. And a new member, so appreciate that as well. Thank you. What else we got here? I had to get down a little bit further to kind of pick up on everyone. So Sugar Kitty, always good to see Sugar Kitty in here. One of the great mods. I appreciate that. Trevor Kunkel, Trevor, appreciate you jumping in here. Hopefully things are kind of calming down for you a little bit now that maybe it started to get a little colder and less wet. You can get out and or don't have to actually do much plowing anymore. So hopefully that's the case. What else we got here? Adam Dorman, how's it going, Adam? Good to see you. JG, always good to see you. Whiskey cheers to you as well. What else we got here? Cheech, my man, always good to see Cheech. Love seeing Cheech in the chat. So that's a mouthful. Cheech in the chat. All right, Brian Mack or Mackie, good to see you, Brian. Always good to see some new faces. Is the Wilderness Trail Tom Sawyer going to be in the mix? No, because that was a ride. Tonight's going to be only bourbons. I didn't want to throw those in. It would stand out too much. Kenny Killingsworth, good to see you, Kenny. Ty, my man, Ty Weber, good to see you. Whiskey Nose, Marty, how are you, sir? I got your sexiest man alive card the other day. I appreciate that very much. Terrence Johns, how's it going, Terrence? JG again, like I said. All right, I think I may be caught up. David Bobbitt. All right, David, how are you? Good to see you. Let's see what we got. Brandon W. Brandon, good to see you. Kelsey, my man, how's it going, buddy? Doug H. The Dart, how's it going, Matt? Big Vic, always good to see you. Top Dog, Mr. Whiskey Shits, good to see you. Boo Ryan, that's a good one. I like that one. Boo, that's a cool one. That's awful. Oh yeah, that Driftless. It's in here. It'll show up, that's for sure. So Kelsey, all right. So let's do this. So I guess before we kind of get going, obviously with everything that happened over the weekend down in Kentucky, I mean, my condolences. I mean, if anyone was affected or family members, I mean, that would tragic thing. It seems like all of these lives that I've been doing or, everyone's been doing recently has started out with some horrible, tragic type of incident with, Sherry and now the tornadoes. And I mean, what an awful thing that was. So, I mean, just I think they just now classified it the other day as EF5, low EF5, which is just I mean, complete devastation. So it's a tragic thing. I mean, it's tragic on its own anytime, but when you kind of compound it with it being around the holidays, man, it just makes it even worse for, the circumstances, and you feel bad. So what's up, my man? The Bourbon Wrench. Good to see you, Trev. Always good to see you, bud. We'll have to get a live stream together real soon and have some fun. Cameron, my second or third favorite Cameron by now. So you're moving up, bud. The Ritter, how's it going? Todrick, good to see you, buddy. My favorite page in the book. All right, so I figured, hey, let's put this thing, let's put a little blind together. Like I said before, the first time I've really put many or all of these together at one time. So it'll be interesting to see how this stuff kind of comes out. So, but let's kind of touch on last Tuesday. So last Tuesday, before we kind of get into this a little bit, and then one other thing before I forget. So following this live for patrons only, we'll be over on Jason's channel. So grab any of your newest picks, probably within the last 3 or 4, and we'll be kind of chatting over on his channel again for patrons only. So if you're a patron, we'll have the links in my Patreon page and Jason. So you guys should have received a notification, or go directly to the Patreon, and you guys will be able to access the stuff from there. So it's in this link for tonight. So, but anyway, so last Tuesday we had the privilege of finally being able to get in on the Old Forester single barrel pick. And it was, I would say, so Ethan and Katie were there. Kelsey was there. I don't see Mike in here or not, but it was a great experience. And we went back and forth a little bit. I mean, we really broke it down and figured out what it was that we wanted and why and for what reasons. And that's part of the experience. So it was just, it was a fantastic day. We really took our time. We were able to actually do part of the pick with Jackie Zeichen, which was really cool, with her being their master taster at Old Forester. So that was a lot of fun. And she kind of gave a little bit of input. I would say for the most part, she allowed us to kind of do our thing, but, we kind of bounced a couple things off her, and, we got her feedback, and, we did end up actually going with a barrel proof, though. The 100 proof is an option, but we felt like, well, based on getting, really all of that, to you guys, that would give you the option ultimately, if you decided you wanted to proof it down, or you want to monkey around with it, it allowed you to do it. So we ended up, I think, with a fantastic bourbon. When we all left there, I think we were all very, very happy that, we ended up choosing what we did. So it was down to a couple of them where it was a little bit of a debate on which one to go with. So it was a really, really fun time. So yeah, we all had a good time. So let's see, what else did we have? So yeah, the night before, we kind of met up with some of the Foregate guys, went out to dinner, went over to Justin's House of Bourbon, went to the back room, and they have like kind of a tasting area where you can kind of sit around, shoot the shit, have a good time. And we were able to sip through a lot of Foregate stuff, including some of their new things. So that was a lot of fun. So speaking of the man, there he is. So what's up, Alex? Always good to see you, brother. So yeah, we did that and kind of went and had some dinner. Fantastic Cuban restaurant we went to. God, I wish I can remember the name of it. If anyone who was with us, Ethan, Katie, Jason, if anybody remembers the name of that Cuban restaurant, it's just down the road, I believe, off of Market, kind of in the Nulu area, but incredible food. So, all right, let's see what else we got here. Shredward, how's it going? Good to see you. What else we got here? Okay, so anyway, so yeah, we've got that coming. Let's see, Thursday night. Well, Jason's got his stuff Wednesday night. Thursday, we'll be doing a live whiskey, basically another pick that we're going to do for 2022. And it just happens to be, I guess I won't get into a bunch of details. You guys will have to tune in on Thursday night over on his channel. But there's what it's going to be. And let me tell you, some of the proofs in this are some I've never had a whiskey with that kind of proof. I'll leave it at that. And I think you guys will be pleasantly surprised with what we've got coming on Thursday night. So I think it's 8 Eastern, 7 Central for the live barrel pick for Cat's Eye. So, or for other people who don't know what that is, the people who do Obtainium. So same thing. Yeah. So here it was. This, man, what a incredible restaurant that was. Fantastic food. So, let's see. Yeah, basically like rocket fuel coming from Cat's Eye. So, but I think you've heard of Cat's Eye. I'm pretty sure, Kevin. I know you. I think you're pulling our leg there a little bit. So, okay. So let's go ahead and get into it. So if anyone, let me know in the chat. Hey, what do you guys have tonight? What did you bust out? Anything in anticipation for the little live or for the live? And does anyone have all of them? Is anyone going to be doing this thing along with me? So I'm not doing it in any particular order. It's all been set up. I don't know what these things are, so I'm going to taste through them. I'll rank them from, I don't want to say my least favorite. It's just going to be one of. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. So. Yeah, our collaboration for the Cat's Eye is going to be with David and Kira from the whatever the whiskeychannel.com, formerly known as the Shelf Turd. So it'll be a fun one. So we're going to basically do the four of us. Gene from Cat's Eye, he will all be on, and we're going to be on Jason's channel. We're going to go through these picks. I think there's 4 of them. Let me just double check here real quick, and we'll get into things here a little bit. Yeah, 4. These proofs are absolutely ridiculous. I'll tell you one right now, and they're all in the same range. This guy is 156 proof. That's all I'm going to say. I don't know how I'm going to probably make it through. I don't know how I'm going to make it through Thursday, but I'm going to give it my all. That's for sure. But 156 proof is absolutely ridiculous. I don't think I've ever even had a whiskey at 150 proof, to be honest. So this will be really, really interesting. So, all right. So what does everybody have here? Alex, what do you got? He's got the Hawk. All right. 96 and Bougie plus 4 bottles of back. Holy moly. You really like the backbone, don't you? That's a fun one. Yeah. That's a thick, viscous bourbon, that's for sure. So, all right, sure. What do you got for me? What do you think of the Ezra 99? I think it's fine. I mean, as an everyday one. I mean, I kind of like what they do with that line. I mean, I think it's a fine everyday, kind of pour. So, no issues with that whatsoever. So yeah, I think kind of what you described is pretty typical of the Ezra. So we do have the Ezra, but I just don't have it in tonight. So I just went with what did she pull? Yeah, she grabbed the Rebel. So we'll see how that one shakes out. So what else we got here? The Woodinville. Yeah, the Woodinville will be a good one. Yeah, dude, it's gonna be ridiculous. We're gonna have to take our time on that, or we're gonna have to wipe David off the floor. I'm sure Kira can handle herself. So it's David I'm a little concerned with, to be honest. But okay, so no particular order. I'm just gonna start from my left and go to the right, and it's just gonna basically be kind of what I enjoy tonight the most, I guess. Now, again, I mean, any given night, this will probably change. So we'll see what happens. I've got a little little note thing here. I'll kind of jot down a few things that as we get going. So, yep, can't beat the old hock and cannoli. So all I've got is a cannoli. I don't even have a hock. I'm disappointed that I didn't get one myself because at the time I didn't think I was like overly crazy about it, but now I think I just missed on the opportunity to explore something and maybe get me out of my comfort zone. So yeah, we'll be talking tonight on Jason's channel after the live. We'll be talking a little bit about the Penelope and all of that. So all right, Ethan, you just poured a little bit of the cannoli. All right, it's in the mix tonight. So thanks, Cam. Yeah, hit that old thumbs up button. It helps the YouTubers let people know that they're liking the video. So all right, let's get into this guy and we'll fire away. No particular order. Again, I don't know which ones they are. Again, we'll rank them at the end and see what we've got. So oh man, that's got some sweetness to it, like a little bit of a buttery aspect to it. Sweet caramel, really nice, kind of almost like a little bit of a butterscotch. It's got a little bit of a funkier profile. I'm leaning a little bit away from it being a Kentucky bourbon, just because it's got a little bit of that different thing on it. I don't think it's the Driftless, because I think this is wow, it's got a little bit of like maybe even a citrusy note. All right, let's rather than try to figure everything out, let's get into this. Cheers, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Really appreciate it. Oh, lots of citrus on that. Nice kind of chocolate. Maybe even a little bit of like a tobacco on that too. Boy, that's nice. I mean, it's my first sip, so it's got a little bit of heat. I mean, a lot of these are going to be fairly high proof. I don't even know which one with the lowest proof. Maybe the Bulleit might have the lowest proof amongst these, but yeah, I don't know. That's got a little heft to it. So, what's up, Chef? Good to see you, buddy. Yeah. So, I mean, who knows? I guess we'll see. I mean, any given night. So, all I know is I'm loving what Driftless has been doing recently. So, it'll be interesting to see kind of how this thing shakes out a little bit. So, but no hock. You know what? Jeffrey, I never got a hock. I passed on it. I wasn't thinking I was gonna like the smokiness of it, and I think I kind of missed it on that. I should have gotten them and just appreciated it for what it was, and I just got in my own head and kind of passed. So, oh boy, this is a little sweeter, kind of softer. Yeah, much softer. Little buttery, kind of doughy. It doesn't feel like there's a lot of proof, but there's not one in here that doesn't have a fair amount of proof, but soft, a little more floral, buttery, doughy. All right, let's give this one a try. Yeah, it'll be interesting to kind of go through some of these and just see where they all kind of shake out. It's a fun kind of blind to do. And again, I don't think Jason's done it. We were just talking, and actually I know he's not done one of these. It'd be interesting to see when he does one of his, when he does it. And pretty soon now, with all the ryes we've got, we'll have to do maybe a favorite rye one or something. And he can come on here, or I can go on his channel, and we can kind of duke it out, so to speak. So, all right, let's give this one a try. Oh, very creamy. Boy, lots of orange citrus. I'd be very surprised if that's not the Rebel. It comes across as soft, delicate, but still lots of flavors. A nice buttery aspect, very creamy. That was the one thing. If it is, I mean, this whiskey itself is, I mean, just very creamy, was straightforward. And I've gotten a lot of this like orangesicle, like an orange and kind of like vanilla ice cream. I've gotten that from day one with it. And I haven't heard a lot of other people describe that. And again, if it is that, I'm just assuming. I don't know if anyone's had the Rebel, whether or not they got any kind of citrus or anything on it as well. So I mean, I'm talking like I know what the hell I'm talking about. So, but hey, Rain, good to see you. Glad you could jump in here. Appreciate it. Let's see. How's it going, Rob? Good to see you. But yeah, this is a really, really nice. Man, it's just soft. Like I'm not getting like blown away by spice or anything along those lines. But yeah, really a lot of orange citrus. I mean, for me, this was one that I remember getting a lot of orange on, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm digging it so far, so we'll see. Whatever that is, it's super crushable. That's for sure. You know, and I would say that's one thing with the picks that we do and other people we get involved. You know, that's one of the things. I mean, we try our darndest, and I think a lot of you guys can vouch or agree or disagree. But man, we are trying really hard to bring as good a whiskey within that portfolio as possible. I mean, I know there's lots of other picks that people are doing, and you know, we appreciate that you guys trust our palates and what we're talking about and all of that. But yeah, I mean, we're really trying really, really hard to bring whatever it is that's put in front of us, something that's high quality, because I think a lot of us, including myself, have had some picks and you wonder, like, did anybody actually pick this, or did they just select a barrel and never try it? Because I've had some that are just not good at all. And that was one of the things we vowed to never let happen, was to, if we have something that's not good, we're going to take a pass. So, you know, that's kind of, you know, our thing is we want to make sure that we're giving you guys the best that we possibly can. So thanks, Jeffrey. Appreciate it. Yeah, I know you're a huge fan of the O'Sherry. I know that. So all right, let's get into the third one here. I'm kind of trying to pace myself. I mean, the proof of these things, I still have to be able to talk later on for the patron only live. Ooh, that's nice too. That's really nice. Jeez. Oh man. Oh, that's big and bold. I don't know, maybe we're getting into it's big and bold, dark fruits, lots of chocolate, kind of cocoa, nice caramels. Oh, yeah, that's what you want right there. That's nice. Lots of vanilla custard. Oof, a little bit of proof on that guy. I keep my my schnozola out of that glass a little. Man, boy, that's a really nice nose right there. And I let these things open up so well, but basically Julie poured them, my wife, and I don't know, maybe they've probably been sitting, well, up till now, up until we went live, they were probably sitting out for 30 minutes. So yeah, we're now almost about 50 minutes in. So they've had plenty of chance to open up. So, oh, that's nice. That's a really nice tobaccos, lots of rich kind of caramel. Oh, yeah, lots of vanilla custard. All right, let's get into this one. Cheers, guys. Oh, there's a little bit of that nutty characteristic to it. But very white, brown, lots of really like burnt sugars, brown sugar, caramel, custard. Oh, man, that's really good. What do we have up here? Old Elk, ECBP, Driftless. Boy, that's really good, whatever that is. I'm not even going to try to guess. I'm just going to rank them at some point and figure out what the hell it is I like. Pop them! Pop them! Good to see you, brother. Man, I could sip on this thing all night long. That's for sure. This is damn good. Yeah, I mean, coming off of that, again, this is where it's a little bit tricky because this one was soft, delicate, fruity from the standpoint of like citrusy. This is kind of like that big, bold kind of like bourbon that you like, in your face. So again, they're all going to be higher proof, but not knowing exactly which one this is, yeah, you'd like to think you could sip on it all night, but the chances of that are probably slim. So, boy, nice. I do like that chocolatey, a little bit of a nutty characteristic and stuff to it. So, interesting, but delicious. Absolutely delicious whiskey right here. Oh, that's good. All right. On that note, everybody have a good night. I'm going to go sip on this. No, just kidding. That's really good. Really good. Damn. All right. What else we got here? Have I missed anything? My man, Hendo. How's it going, brother? Good to see you. Martin, good to see you as well. The Driftless has definite nuttiness. Yeah, I mean, and the Driftless is, I'm a huge fan of it. I mean, the other night I was sipping on some of it and just absolutely fantastic. Loving it a lot. So it'll be interesting to see where that one falls. What else we got here? Oh, there you go. It's a good evening right there. All right, let me have a little sip of water here. Yeah, again, I mentioned it before, but any patrons who I think maybe around, what did he say, like maybe 10 Eastern, Jason will have a patron only, so we'll hop on over there and talk about some of the picks and stuff. So it'll be fun. That's one of the things we try to do. I know we can't do it with every single one each time, but we'll kind of group a few together, and then either his channel or mine, we'll kind of throw out a patron only link and sit around and kind of chat a little bit about it. So, all right, JG, what do you got? I think you should have leave the jokes. Come on. What else we got here? All right, let's get on to number 4 or whatever, or D or whatever. Doesn't matter. Oh, man, big and bold again. Fruity, nice spice. Oh, heavy dark fruits. Cherry, chocolate. Really nice. This is another one. Well, these are back-to-back ones so far. Interesting. Oh, boy, that's really nice. Some nice complexity to that as well. But yeah, another big, bold, fruity. I mean, this can probably only be one of 2, maybe 3 of these up here where they've got this kind of profile to them. Oh, that's really nice. Sweet, like really nice kind of intense dark fruits, nice chocolate note. Oh, that's so nice. Boy, I'd be interested to see what this is when this guy pops up. All right, let's give this one a try. Cheers, guys. Man, that's so much like fruit and chocolate. Nice baking spice on that. Drinks really easy. Maybe my palate's probably just getting a little more acclimated too as well. So, but really, really nice. Boy, that's really good too. I mean, those two back to back. I mean, they're all good, and they're all going to be, a little bit different. I mean, we've got stuff from the Pacific Northwest, Kentucky, and more Kentucky, Wisconsin, Kentucky. Where the hell's Old Elk? Is that Colorado? Not Colorado. Maybe it is Colorado. I forget where the hell they are. But anyway, so yeah, you got some different things, but yeah, and that was one of the things, getting into like all these picks. I mean, we've had the ability so far already early on in this kind of, Mash Journey Club, where we've been able to partner with some really, really fantastic, people. Yeah, by way of Indiana. I was kind of thinking of the state from Old Elk. I wasn't even thinking about it being technically Indiana. So what's up, guys? Hey, if you haven't checked out their podcast, do yourself a favor. Great podcast right there. Bourbon Lens, guys. Go check them out for sure. Good time. If you're out, got a little windshield time, great way to pass the time for sure. So they do a great job. Yeah, MGP through Colorado via MGP in Indiana. So yeah, I wasn't even thinking Indiana at the time. I was just thinking of the state where they're represented. But the only thing that's good, the bad thing is they don't last very long. That's a little bit of an issue. I think so many of us have so much whiskey, you're able to kind of spread it out a little bit. So that helps a little. So, but all right, let's see what we've got here. What do we have? Oh, another nice one, man. That's a little more interesting. Little kind of sweeter, fruitier. Man, maybe that's the Rebel too. I don't know. Boy, yeah, that's nice and sweet. More of that citrus note. Nice baking spice. Not getting a lot of heat on the nose at all. Much fruitier, like it's bright, like it's very fresh fruit of some sort. Very nice. You got it, brother. You got to call it how it is. Yeah, very, very sweet, spicy. Again, a little more of that like citrusy, a little more of that like orange citrus, but there's something that's very like bright and just springish. I don't know if that makes any sense or not, but it's a very fragrant nose. I would say it's different from like the prior two, where this is not necessarily as big and bold, but there's just some nice components that are there on this one as well. Yeah, well, the Rebel was a surprise to me. When it was so long it took to get from the time we picked it to the time it was bottled, I had kind of forgotten a little bit about it. But once I got back into it, I was pleasantly surprised, like how well that the Rebel really stood up. And the good part was, we thought we were going to have to get this proof down to like 107, but we found out that day that we were able to, have this one bottled at 120 proof. So, and when we were going through the samples, they only differed from like maybe to like 123. So there wasn't much, or well, I shouldn't say any, but there wasn't much water that was having to be added to those. So we were getting them very close to kind of barrel proof at that point. Boy, this is nice. It's very cocktaily, almost like a little bit of a cocktail in a glass. All right, let's give this one a try. Oh, that's like I'd say it's like fall in a glass. Very, how do I describe this? It's very like cocktaily from the standpoint of like an old fashioned or Manhattan, something along those lines. Spicy, very spicy actually. That's nice. A lot of citrus on that as well. Let me know in the comments. Let me know of all our picks. Doesn't have to be one of these, but any one of them. What are your, I guess, in order, your top three? Give me your top three. I'll be interested to see what people are enjoying. I always love to, and we've gotten great feedback. I mean, thank you for all of you guys and ladies that are part of the club. If you're not, hey, get in on it. There's a link that's pinned on there. Join in the fun. We've got some great things coming, but let me know in the comments. Let me know what your kind of favorite, 2 or 3 are. I'm always interested in, and hey, we've been given a lot of, great feedback and all of that from you guys. So we're really pleased with kind of the direction that everything is going. So, boy, this is really good too. It's very, very fallish, spicy. It's like a like potpourri or something. I only know potpourri because my wife has that stuff around and everything. So I killed the Ezra. Okay, that's good. I'm liking that. JG, you got to get in on the other ones there, brother. All right, what do you got, Roy? So the Russell's Reserve, Foregate Wilderness Trail. There you go. Some home runs right there. More good ones. I mean, the Foregate for me is probably one of my favorite whiskeys, period. It doesn't even have to be our picks or anything like that. So Justin, which Bulleit did you get? Did you get the white, or I think I've got the darker label one in here. I didn't throw the other one in there, so not in any particular order though, right, Jeffrey? I know you were a huge fan of the O Sherry, and that was one of the ones I think you just people had to appreciate that heavy sherry influence on what that was. I mean, if it's not the most, it's one of the most sherry forward whiskeys that I've had. So, but absolutely fantastic. So a lot of people, Rob, wish they had the Foregate. If you're not in the club and you're considering it with that, we will have another Foregate coming. It's yet to be determined as to which what we're going to be doing. We could go back to another year-aged toasted rye to kind of come off of the one we did last time. So that's an option. There are some bourbons that are going to be on the table as well, but that's still kind of a little bit in the works. But hey, if you're not part of the club, then I'd say get in on it. You're missing out. I'm a bit biased, but I think there's a lot of people who are part of this that would maybe agree. I think we're trying to give everybody as good a whiskey as we possibly can and get people involved. I mean, that's part of the fun. I mean, doing it just ourselves is it would be great, but what's the point in that? So, all right, what do you got, Nate? Iceman, Wilderness Trail, O Sherry. Okay, there you go. Nothing wrong with that at all. Yeah. Some people need one, the Turks need two. So that's how it goes. But the price on the Foregate, I think they were like $225, which is pretty typical, I think, going forward of the picks. I mean, their standard stuff is right around that $200 price point, but with the barrel picks and all that, there's a little bit of a premium on that, so they end up being about $225. So, but yeah, there you go. You can check out some of that stuff. So thanks, Jace. Appreciate you posting that. So we also have, in addition to the shared pour, it's not a bourbon, but we still have some of our Penelope blend that we did. We will be doing, we've got it cooking right now. There'll be the toasted version. We'll probably be talking a little bit about that tonight in the Patreon only chat over on Jason's channel. So, hey, I mean, just get in on it. Just get in on it. Trust me, you won't regret it. All right, let's see what we've got here. Wow, this is already smelling bold. There you go. Forgate Wilderness Trail. That Wilderness Trail rye, man, it is fantastic. Oh, this is nice too. Wow, a little different. More tobacco on this one. Spicy. More vanilla custard on it as well. All right, that's a little different. All right, how do I describe this? I have to get into that a little bit. Yeah, that's one to kind of do a little searching with on that one. So, Martin. So, I mean, the answer to that would be yes if we're able to get in on some of those. So, here's the deal. So, I mean, with everything that we're doing now, I mean, with everyone that we've got involved, and the more we do these, the quicker these bottles sell through the liquor store or distributor, the easier it becomes for us to get all of these highly allocated ones, or the ones where the distilleries only allow a certain amount of picks to be done in a year. By us being able to have the support from you guys, it allows us to start to get more of those. And what it also does is for like the Russells, or possibly like an ECBP or Stag or whatever it may be, those ones that everybody wants, that there's a chance at some point that rather than getting just one barrel, that we may be able to get two. I mean, with the amount of patrons between Jason and myself, there's enough, especially with those highly allocated ones, for them to just fly off the shelves. There will be no problem getting rid of those. I mean, so far, really just about everything we've had outside of, I think, the Penelope, I think is basically gone. I don't know if there's any more of the Bulleit left. There was only one of or a small handful of the white label one, but I'm pretty sure those are gone now. So I think the only thing we've got left is the Penelope, maybe some of the Backbone, the sherry one, but there can't be many of those left either. So, oh man, AC, that's a loaded question right there, man. That's a really tough one. I mean, I'm a huge, as most people know, I'm a huge Forgate fan. So I mean, I tend to kind of appreciate a lot of what they do, because it's something different and new and all of that. So that's one thing I really appreciate. And they're constantly pushing the envelope as well. So it's, it's just one of those things. I will say this, the batch 17 that they did, basically it's a Bulleit. I sat down with the other day in preparation of doing the review and let that thing just sit for 30 minutes. I kind of let it warm up a little bit, just let it open up. And it was absolutely delicious. And I just got one when I was in Kentucky, and it's the batch 17. And I would say, check it out. Again, it's a Bulleit, so it's blends of bourbon and rye, but it's absolutely fantastic. I would highly encourage you guys getting that. I can't imagine it being around that long. So, so Trevor, I've got them. They're right behind me. I don't have the bottles. I've got the samples that I got from the guys at Forgate. So, yes, I haven't gotten into those yet. I plan on probably doing a review. I think. I mean, it's it's a tough one because, I mean, that was an expensive set. So I'm still a little torn on that. So, all right, what do you got for me here? So we have the O'Sherry left, Penelope. Oh, there's 36 bottles of the Bulleit white label. Oh, you got some of the oh man, the Driftless rye. So, Jason, if you have access to any of those links, I think you posted before the shared pour. The Driftless is all through. That's keg and bottle. Bulleit was keg and bottle. Penelope was Curiata. O'Sherry was, I believe, shared pour as well. So, yeah, if there's some links to them, yeah, there's a few that are still out there. I didn't think there were any of the Driftless left, but that rye, oh my God. I mean, I'm just saying, like, everybody who enjoys the Wilderness Trail rye, I think it's on par with that. Slight different profile a little bit to it. But if you had the Black Forest Bugaboo, it's like in line with richness and complexity and all that. So I'd say, I mean, with there being 7 left, if someone hasn't got them, jump on it. Trust me, you won't be disappointed in that at all. So, all right, let's go back to number 6 here. Yeah, again, sweet, nice spice to it, pretty rich actually. Nice mouth coating to it. This a little bit more. There's a little more dryness, I would say, on this. A little more, maybe even it doesn't feel like a lot of proof, but there's a dryness, a little more of an oak presence in this one. All right, I'll start working my way back through, and then rank these guys and see how I'm kind of digging them. So, how's it going, Brett? Good to see you, buddy. Brett was also down in Kentucky when we were there as well. He was part of the in on the Foregate stuff that we were able to do at Justin. So it was good to meet you, Brett. All right, let me take a little pause here and kind of collect myself, kind of try to put these things in some kind of order. What I should start doing is moving these around a little bit. I had 3 and 4 so far that were super memorable. That's nice too. Boy, this can be tough. Yeah, that's the soft one right there. Oh, that's that like fruity, spicy cocktail potpourri. I'm gonna put that one here. I'll go back through. I'm gonna kind of rank them a little bit, and then I'll go back through and see if I think I've got them in the order that I'm liking them. Oh, it's kind of nice there. Let's see what we've got on this one here. It's a little different. Oh, that's sweet. Nice spice to that. Yeah, that's soft. That's nice right there. Man, that thing is so like, that's like that orange creamsicle one again. Man. Absolutely. It's the best part of doing these things is when we're able to meet with people, get people involved, all of that. So, thanks for being part of all of this. I mean, everyone who's part of it, we wish we could get everybody involved on every single pick. Most of the time we're limited at the distilleries to like, in addition to ourselves, like around 6 total. So that allows us to usually get a couple of patrons each from our side. So we try to kind of split that up and get people involved. So, all right. Let me go back up this way a little bit too, see what we've got. Oh yeah, that's kind of interesting, Troy. So yeah, some of these glass shortages. Yeah, I can see if there's nothing that's there. I mean, you got nowhere to put the whiskey. So yeah, I know some of these other, distilleries or whatever have had to go to complete different bottles and all of that. So yeah, that can be part of an issue as well. So lots of different things. So. Yeah, I will for sure. So I know when you and I were kind of chatting through Patreon before, I forget where you said you were in Wisconsin. So, but I'm kind of southeastern, but yeah, I'll probably do, I think with now, hopefully, I mean, I don't know. I mean, hopefully once we get through, we've seemed like we've been saying this for 2 years, but yeah, I think probably this summer we'll do another meetup, here or at a distillery or something along those lines and have a good time with it. So we did it like kind of 2 years ago, like right in the heart of everything, which was kind of dumb. I think everybody ended up being okay, but it probably wasn't the smartest thing on my part. So, oh, west of Madison. Okay. All right. So not far away. So, sometimes like a good middle ground is like doing something at, not necessarily like Driftless, which it probably would be an option, but if not there, we can always go to, what's the other place up there kind of by Madison as well? I'll remember. I forget right now. Man, that is that like cocktail in a glass right there. I'm kind of digging that. Let's see what this one. It's got a really, really nice color. I don't know if you guys can see, but I know on the camera it kind of has a tendency to darken things up a little bit, but that's pretty darn dark. So, that's kind of some rich, bold fruits too. Buttery. Oh yeah, we could do Bugaboo again. Yeah, I wasn't talking about that one, but I was thinking of Dancing Goat Distillery. So they're up in Cambridge, and they're a little bit outside of Madison. Becomes a little bit closer, and that's another one. What I think Dancing Goat, they're starting to really do some. Yeah, thanks, Johnny. Some absolutely fantastic things too. So maybe they'll get on our radar for 22. I would imagine 22 will start to fill up before too much longer. That's for sure. So, but yeah, Driftless. The only problem with Driftless is it's not like necessarily a huge place. There's not like a huge outdoor, area. The back thing where they serve lunch it's not that it's small, but you couldn't really have, a ton of people out there. I mean, you'd have to have a private event and shut that whole thing down if you were going to have a boatload of people. Yeah, John, I agree. I mean, where they are and their property is very conducive to, indoor and outdoor kind of parties and things like that, or meetups or whatever you want to call it. So, man, you don't even have the Driftless yet, hey? That's interesting. And they're closer. It's coming from closer to you than it is to other people. That's interesting. Yeah. So yeah, the if you haven't been to Dancing Goat, I would say definitely take a trip for you, probably down there actually, or over, whatever you want to call it. So. Yeah, that's got that slight kind of different profile to it. Like it's, like I would say it would be like a non-familiar kind of profile. Like it doesn't seem like it's like a Kentucky whiskey. There's a little bit something different. So All right, before this will kind of buy me a little bit of time here while I kind of do. So I don't know how many of you guys get these things, but Makers Makers sends out these like little gift packages, and I got one in the mail today. So I don't know. I have no idea what in the world. I know I've gotten from them before, like socks and stuff. What is this? Cigars? Looks like a cigar pack, for crying out loud. Oh man, this will make the wife happy. She digs these things. I thought it was like a snack or something for a second. It's either cigars or a snack, but nope. Got the old Maker's Mark puzzle. So this will be, I think, of the whole like grounds. I don't know. You guys can probably see that. I think that's probably what the puzzle is of. But all right, I know they've sent out like socks and stuff. All right, I thought maybe that would be $1 million check, but clearly they missed the memo when I requested the $1 million check. So I guess a puzzle it is for 2021. So I think you just get this kind of stuff being part of the I don't know, whatever ambassador program or whatever the hell it is. So yeah. So all right. So a couple other guys, Jeffrey got one too. Yeah, that since I have no kids, the wife loves puzzles, so she'll be having a little fun with that thing. So yeah, Maker's puzzle. I thought maybe it was either gonna be socks again or like some cigars or beef jerky of that package. I could go for some beef jerky right now, actually. Yeah, so Brandon, so that was another one. So that's another, I'm kind of looking forward to maybe kind of diving into what they've got. So I believe, and Brandon, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think with some of their age stuff, I believe that's still some of their older MGP, if I'm not mistaken. I know they're still working on some of their stuff, and I think they've released some of their stuff, but I think the older things, the older whiskeys, is still MGP. So it's got 6 pieces. All right, I could handle that puzzle. I could definitely do that. So, see, Todd, you got faith in me. I appreciate that. Yeah, picks are all MGP. That's kind of what I thought, but hey, they're all different. I mean, no matter whether it comes from MGP or wherever it is, they're all different. So that's the nice, fun part about kind of picking different barrels. You get the experience, and you try a bunch of different things and all of that. So, all right, let's get into these two. Yeah, you can see. Look at the color on that guy. Beautiful color there, like a rich mahogany. Yeah, it's like stuffed up a little bit here. All right. Yeah, that's a beautiful nose right there. Oh boy, that's nice, big and bold. Lots of fruit on that. Chocolate, like that's more of like almost like a chocolate covered raisin or something like that. Yeah, it's interesting. There's a lot of cherry notes on that as well. A lot of like rich vanilla custard as well. Yeah, that's really, really nice. Oh yeah, see, there's the big bold. Like this is like that quintessential like nose. If you could have someone who didn't like know about bourbon, and you could have them smell something and tell them, hey, this is what bourbon smells like. This is very classic bourbon, like what you want to smell. Yeah, like big, rich caramels, vanilla, like custardy, nice sweet oak. Beautiful. There's that little bit of that nutty characteristic. My guess is that's probably the ECBP. I mean, nothing else has that much of a nutty characteristic to it. Not that it's dominant by any means, but absolutely just it's just a fantastic bourbon. We all know anyone who has the ECBPs, again, when you go through those, you're just kind of nitpicking on, ones that were, that you've had prior, ones you prefer more than the other. So, that's the differentiator from the ECBP. So thanks, Tim. Appreciate that. Just ordered Queen and Driftless Rye. Man, I'm telling you, you'll be pleasantly surprised. You'll have to let me know whether or not or how you enjoy both of those. So, and Tim, I don't know if you're part of Patreon or part of the Mash Journey Whiskey Club or not, but if you want more of this, then maybe something to consider. So, all right, I don't know if I want to rank it that way. Let me see what I've got. Let me go back to these two. This is a little soft on the nose right there. Yeah, I think this one in this group, the one that's in sixth place or whatever the hell you want to call it, is maybe just a little softer. And it's not that I don't prefer it. It's just it's being kind of overshadowed by a few of the other ones. So yes, they do a fantastic job with orders and shipping. They're one of the best. We've enjoyed a great partnership with Keg and Bottle. So fantastic guys over there. And they've got some people that do a lot of hustling and get us some absolutely fantastic picks. So we can't thank them enough. And we got, Shared Pour, we've done a lot of stuff with, and he does an absolutely fantastic job. We've done some stuff with Curiata, not as much. They're a little smaller, and I know they're trying to get a bigger kind of footprint. That's probably one of the things that holds them back a little bit, is being able to get the bottles like fully distributed to really everybody. So unfortunately, when we do something with them, not everyone can get them. Hence, probably why there's still a few more of the Penelope bottles left, is that it gets to be a little bit more difficult in terms of where they're able to kind of ship to. So that's a little bit of a problem. So, all right. All right, what do you got here, Matt? Are there any state shipping restrictions for picks when ordering the picks? Not really that. It really boils down to the distributor. So like Keg and Bottle, they basically go everywhere. Shared Pour, for the most part, basically goes everywhere. And if they don't, we kind of have some workarounds in terms of being able to do something to get everybody's pick. So that's the one nice part about, doing these, is that when we get people part of the whole entire, program, that when we're doing these picks, we're confident that we can get all of the picks to just about everybody within roughly the continental United States. I'm sure there's some restrictions on Hawaii and Alaska, of course, just due to the difficulty of getting things there. But I know that they've done some things in the past. I mean, maybe you end up having to pay a premium. So if there's something you want bad enough and you're willing to pay for it, they'll probably get it to you. So, but yeah, and Curiata, they're trying. They've been adding, several different states and all of that. But you can go in, and once you try to do the checkout, I think it'll probably pull up things by zip code, and it'll tell you whether or not they'll ship to you or not. So, all right, do I have this in the order I think I want? I think I do. Yeah, these. Man, I love the fruity, spicy, cocktaily part of that. Yeah, that one's pretty nice too. Boy, these two right here are kind of difficult. I could almost flip flop those two. So, All right. Hey, before we kind of jump off and I reveal all this stuff, anybody have any questions on whatever the club, what's going on? And, we'll touch on some of this stuff. Or if you're a patron and you're going to be over on the stream in about an hour with Jason, then, we'll talk about all those things, other things that are coming that maybe we haven't talked about yet, some different things that we've got going on. So there'll be some of those things. We don't want to let, all the cat out of the bag or the cat's out of the bag, so to speak. But we try to keep people as informed as possible. So, all right. Yeah. These two are this one right here, I think is just my guess. If I had to guess, I'm going to say it's the Rebel only because it's the softest and it's the only, it just, there's something about it that is soft to me. What do we got here? What was the other site other than Shared Pour and Keg and Bottle? Curiada. It's Curiada, I believe. Curiada, yeah. Curiada. And they do a good job as well. I mean, they've been accommodating and they realize that they've got some restrictions and they're trying hard to get some stuff. And we've done some things. We did the Penelope, so they do have Penelope bottles and stuff left. And we'll be doing the toasted as well. We've talked about that one, so we've got that cooking, so to speak. And that one will probably release. We don't know when, but at some point here in probably the early-ish part of 22. So, all right. I think I'm good. And yeah, so Thursday, again, I touched on it early, but Thursday, myself, Jason, David, Kira from the Shelf Turds, we're going to be doing the Cat's Eye. If you're not familiar with Cat's Eye, they're the people that do Obtainium. Pretty cool. And we've got some really, really cool samples in here. And I said before, this one was like 150. What the heck was it? 153 or 154 proof. I mean, this is 4 of these things, and I'm pretty sure I've never had a whiskey at 150 proof before. So I look forward to tasting some diesel fuel on Thursday night. So, all right, I think it's between. All right, I think I'm all set. All right, so let's see. She put the piece of paper. There it is. So, okay, so let's do this. All right, so I guess before I kind of get into it, anybody have any guesses as to what number 6 is? I'll be interested to see if anyone can guess that. Before I tell everyone, we'll see if anyone can maybe guess what 6 is, just based on all of that. So, I mean, even at that, I mean, even 147 proof. I mean, those are whiskeys where you just bust out once in a great while. That's just not something you can drink all the time, and you've got to be, really prepared to kind of dive into those. So, so Jeffrey thinks 6 is Old Elk. All right, let's see. Dwayne, it may drink under its proof, but I mean, when you're talking 140 something, 150 some proof, I mean, that's still going to light you up. I mean, that's still going to be, if it drinks under its proof of 150, that damn thing is going to be like, I mean, still 100, it drinks light at like 135. Like, that's ridiculous. You know what I mean? So, all right. So Jeffrey's the only one that feels like guessing tonight. Let's tell everybody. So number 6 is, and this is the barrel glass. I don't know if you can tell in the barrel glass. The barrel glass is the Rebel. All right. That one had that really nice kind of like sweet like creamsicle, but it was just kind of falling flat a little bit from the standpoint of where the richness and complexity and stuff was. So there you go, Todd. Way to chime in after I tell everybody what it is. You're the guy who gets caught cheating on the test. I'm pretty sure of that. So good guess though. All right. So let's see. Number 5 is going to be the Crew glass. As you can see here, Crew glass is, what's the Crew glass? That's the Old Elk. So yeah, the Old Elk was, as you guys can see, this was soft too. I mean, it's a wheat whiskey. So there's the Old Elk. Look at that mug right there. What a picture. The only thing better is the if anyone hasn't seen the Hawk. Let me see if I can find where the hell is do I have it up here? It might be downstairs. I don't know if I even have it. Man, how do I not have it up here? All right, I guess I don't. I thought I had it up here, but all right, that's kind of disappointing. So anyway, all right. So let's see what is going to be in 4th place. 4, you think? All right, Todd, you think 4 is the Woodinville, and that's going to be in this, like, I don't know, whatever the hell that symbol is. I don't know, some whatever CG or some shit. Yep, you nailed it. That's the Woodinville one. So Woodinville is in that glass. It's good. Woodinville has that, again, it's got the terroir of their area. So they've got it's different. It's a little bit more, you hate to say crafty, but there's that profile that's different than like Kentucky and Indiana. So it's just the way it is. So yes, exactly. You know what that means, Hawk. Yes. Man, where the hell that's disappointing. I thought for sure I had that damn thing up here. That's an embarrassing picture. That's for sure. So Jason does a great job with the labels. That's for sure. All right. Number 3 is going to be in the, I don't know, Buffalo Trace or Distill America glass. The Bulleit pick. I kind of had an idea because it was very cocktaily, potpourri. That was one of the things I really liked about that. How different it was, the spice, the kind of the richness of it. It was very like fall, like it was just something about that Bulleit that I really enjoyed of that. I know I'm glad I got a backup of that one. This will probably over Christmas, I'm sure, will go fairly quickly. It's really easy to sip on, and for anyone who hasn't had it, there's the close up of the old Queen of Kentucky, named after Jason's mom. So awesome bottle right there. That's for sure. So definitely worthy of being in the top 3. So, all right. So here's where we get to. All right. You guys are way ahead of me. I was kind of logged in, or I was up on the chat a little bit. So, yeah. So Johnny, I kept this guy out because there were so few that everyone wasn't really able. Most of these outside of the ECBP, I would say everyone had a pretty good, shot at getting. And rather than kind of put one in that not a lot of people got, I just left the ECBP one in and didn't put the birdie. However, it's literally hands down one of my favorite bourbons. So, all right, let's find out what Number two is these two. I mean, I have a good idea just based on number one's kind of profile, but number two is going to be in the, what is this? The old Mash Journey glasses. Speaking of Mash Journey glasses, I do have some of the new, for anyone who's interested, we've got some of the new Kenzies. Oh, come on, will that focus? I don't know if you can even see that or not, but let's see. Can you see that? Well, whatever. With that deep etch, they came out great. If someone's interested, shoot me an email. We can make arrangements for getting you guys some of those. So, all right. So Mash Journey glass is the Driftless pick. And it was really between, I mean, to be honest, in terms of the overall richness and complexity, it kind of came down to these two. I mean, they stood out as they should. I mean, they're big and bold and just the kind of whiskey that a lot of us, you know, really enjoy sipping on. And it was all of that. I mean, it's just a great, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, these guys, I mean, are from good old Wisconsin, my home state. I mean, look at that label. That's pretty badass right there. Black Forest Bugaboo. Just incredible. I mean, what they're doing now that they're starting to get some nice age on some of these whiskeys, their rye, they're aging in like 30-gallon barrels. So they're becoming even more rich and complex. And man, you can't overlook what Driftless Glen's got going on. I can only imagine what things are going to be like as their whiskeys start to even get into higher ages. It's going to be a really kind of fun thing to watch. So recount. No recounts here. It is what it is. I mean, this could change. My guess would be on any given day, like 1 and 2 might flip or would probably, you know, go back and forth. The other 4, I mean, they could be, depending on what I eat or drink or whatever prior, those could be, you know, flip-flopping, but it's pretty fantastic. So, and then needless to say, number 1 is this bad boy right here. I mean, one of my favorite picks that we did. And for anyone who hasn't heard the story, it was literally a pick where we were not that far from having to scrap the whole entire pick because we were only given 3 barrels. The first 2 were like not good at all. And we had to kind of pump the brakes on 3, just not sure if 3 was as good as we think it is, or, you know, because coming off of 1 and 2, those barrels were not very good. So we thought, well, is there a chance that 3 is just better because 1 and 2 aren't very good? So we kind of paused, took our time a little bit, went back to it after we kind of got 1 and 2 off our palates and all that. And then we quickly realized that, yeah, it's really a damn good, whiskey. So we're happy we got that. We were so excited to be doing the ECBP. I mean, we were one of the first ones in on that whole deal. So that was kind of made it a little bit more special that we got those bottles out to you guys really before many people ever had them at all. So, all right, Steve, what do you got? So is the Driftless a Stag Junior killer? You know, here's what I'll say. I mean, you can't really, for the most part, just walk in and find, you know, Stag Junior. I mean, I think it's really, again, it's subjective. You know, is it a killer? Man, it's a really damn good bourbon. And I would say this, if I didn't have Stag or I couldn't find it, and that's what you gave me in its place, I wouldn't be disappointed. It's really that good of a bourbon. And the other guys and ladies that are in here right now who've had this, I mean, I would love to hear your thoughts on, you know, that the Black Forest Bugaboo in comparison or just as an alternative to Stag Junior. It's just, man, it's a really good, it's rich and bold. It has a lot of the same kind of, you know, characteristics to it that Stag does. The one thing I like about this more, honestly, is it doesn't drink nearly as hot as Stag Junior. That's the one thing that's always been, for me, a little more like off-putting. And it just sometimes has a tendency to drink a little hot for me. And that's not always something that I enjoy, because when I have to focus on something in a whiskey, doesn't matter what it is, and it becomes very singular for me, it's kind of a killer when I'm kind of reviewing or we're doing these barrel picks, is that if it's just one single thing that's a little more off-putting, then I kind of have a tendency to kind of want to rule that one out a little bit. So, but it's a great alternative. I'll say this, and it's a fantastic bourbon. So take that for what it is. So, and then obviously number one winner was the old ECBP. It's just hard to beat that. I mean, for that price, it's just a great bourbon. So good. It's just what you want to sip on, what you want to describe to people as like your kind of bourbon. So thanks, Matt. That's a great thing. Like Matt was kind of the one. So the name Black Forest Bugaboo kind of came from the descriptor that Matt gave, with like a Black Forest cake. There's a sweetness, richness, complexity. There's a decadence that's there to it. So I wouldn't necessarily say Stag Junior is decadent. So from that standpoint, I think this kind of outshines that in terms of the richness and a little more sweetness. Like Stag is big and bold and hot, and I think there's some complexity, but it's a lot of like cherry, things like that. This has a little bit more, I think, to it. So, again, take that for what it's worth, and all of that. So, so there you have it. I'm glad you guys were able to kind of stick with me for the thing. And here you go. Chef rules right here. Listen to Mr. Cueto. He knows Driftless Donuts is better than Stag Junior. Says a lot. We appreciate that. Thanks, Chef. It's it's one of those things we're trying to bring you guys. And when we did the Driftless pick, there were guys in there that had great palates, all of that. I mean, they were, it's hard to think of like a small little distillery in, Baraboo, Wisconsin could be on par or better than Stag Junior that everyone covets. And, for all of us who are aware of now what that is, you're kind of on notice. So there you have it. All right, Ethan, let me know. So just poured Stag Junior batch 12 to do a side-by-side of the Driftless Glen. So let's all wait on the edge of our seat while Mr. Turk gives us his professional analysis of batch 12 versus the Driftless Glen Black Forest Bugaboo. So that's the thing. So, hopefully for everyone, first off, everyone who's already part of the Whiskey Club, thank you so much for all of your support. We greatly appreciate it. And we literally could not do this without you guys. So, all of the support and everything that you guys provide for us, it allows us to be able to not only do, certain ones, it's getting us in place to be able to do future picks and the ones that everyone wants. And that's the fun part about it, is that people are now starting to come to us asking us, do we want these? Is there something different that you want? So, because of you guys, we're getting some really, really fantastic opportunities. So again, thank you so much. So, all right, what do you got? So, all right, so the Stag Junior nose is hotter. Driftless nose has a Oh, heat, but a bit of grain. I'd give nose to Driftless Glen. All right. And it does. So, I mean, the Driftless Glen does have a little bit of kind of what the Woodinville has. There's a little bit of a difference that's there. So you can tell that it's maybe not, something from, Kentucky or Indiana, but it's starting to go away. So, I mean, once you kind of get into it and you see the overall richness that's there, you'll start to kind of look past a little bit. Not that it's off-putting by any means, because there's a lot of richness to this thing. Man, it's so good. It's just that decadence that's there. So thanks, buddy. And Ethan and Katie were just part of the Old Forester pick, and they got to see kind of the full experience of what it's all like. I mean, it's unlike nothing else. And we want to get other people, involved in that. And we appreciate those experiences, and we have a great time meeting people and getting together. So it's more than us just saying, here, buy a bottle of bourbon or rye or, single malt, whatever the hell it may be. We want to share the experience. So we want to make this kind of a family type of thing. So it's kind of what it is. So, yeah, we want to get people involved. So, all right, what's Chef say? The delivery and flavors of Driftless donuts is incredible. Yeah, I mean, it's a really fantastic, bourbon, and getting into the, again, comparison game is a little bit tough. So Stag Junior is amazing, of course. Driftless Gun is darker, more brown sugar, definitely a bit younger. I could go either way depending on the day. I wouldn't kick it. Yeah. And that's probably a good way to put it. And it does, it's got a little bit of its own kind of, I guess I'll say funk or whatever it may be. But once you get past that, and again, if you're not nosing like a Stag next to that, necessarily going back and forth, you may not pick up on those, kind of, whatever, tendencies of the bourbon. But on their own, I mean, all of these are fantastic on their own. So you can't go wrong there. But anyway, so there we have it. So I'm an hour and a half in. Thanks, guys. I appreciate everybody kind of hanging out another Tuesday night. So if anyone hasn't seen, let's just check here real quick and see. I am almost at 10,000. I'll tell you this, if you're watching right now and you're somehow not subscribed, go hit the subscribe button. And I'm almost at 10,000. Next Tuesday, we're going to do my 10,000 sub kind of celebration. So it's been a long time in the coming, super excited to finally get to kind of that milestone. I mean, just thinking back, not even that long ago, it seems like I was happy with 500 and then 1,000, and then it kind of, took off from there. So I know it's not as big as some, but it's 10,000 more than someone who hasn't done it. So I'm happy from that standpoint. It's been an amazing, kind of journey, but it's been a long time coming, and I'm super thankful for all of you guys who've been, with me from, pretty close to day one. But yeah, I mean, this thing started out as a video diary. Had zero idea of any of this. There weren't many people or really anybody doing lives at that time. Didn't even hardly exist. And then it kind of just evolved from there. Once you kind of got into the community and you start kind of chatting with more people, you start to like truly understand what it's kind of all about. And that's been the best part, is getting to do this stuff, do lives, meet people, interact, meet some great people. I mean, without this, there's some of you guys I never would have met. And, it's kind of a little bit of a shame. So thank you for all of that. Next Tuesday, we'll have a little more formal 10,000 sub live stream. So something I'm really looking forward to kind of sharing with all of you guys. We'll kind of put some different stuff together. So So I greatly appreciate it. So I'm almost there. Two more you got it. If there's 2 of you in here, I would be honored to somehow see this thing switch over to 10,000 before we end the night. I thought I would get to maybe 10,000 before the end of the night, and I don't know if there's anyone, if there's someone new who hasn't hit the old subscribe button. It's, man, I don't see Katie. I don't see 10K yet. That's good. Never would have visited Southern Canada if it wasn't for you. And that's the best part. I mean, I've met some fantastic people, and Ethan and Katie, and they were here over the summer. And it's been absolutely amazing. There's so many other people I look forward to meeting. Marty, I look forward to meeting you. I mean, a lot of people. I hit it 20 times. So you literally canceled yourself out each time, because each time you hit the sub button and then you hit it again, you just unsubscribe. So oh yes, here we go. 10,002. It just switched over. So awesome. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. So it looks pretty cool. Let's see if I don't know if that will come up on there or not. You can maybe see it there a little bit, but that's awesome. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you helping me get to the 10,000 sub mark. So super excited for that, and we'll see where this thing goes. Now we're kind of getting into. Thanks, Rain. Appreciate that. Everyone. Yeah, I mean, it means a lot. So I'm super appreciative to have everybody on board and all of that, and seeing all these things, and hopefully it can only get better from here on. So next Tuesday we'll get into this. I'll hopefully have some other people on the channel, and I'll say this: it's more of next week. Next Tuesday will be more about you guys than it will be really anything for me. I mean, it's my kind of opportunity to want to share, all of this, with you guys. And if you want to come on and we'll chat, drink some whiskey, all of that, it's going to be just a good night. I don't know how long it'll go. Could be, God only knows how long. So, but anyway, thank you guys for everything. I greatly appreciate it. So, I look forward to seeing you next week, Marty, for sure. Turks, I know they'll be on. It's gonna be pretty awesome. So I'm looking forward to anybody who's participated and been part of this journey to get to that point. I mean, I'm telling you, when it first started, zero idea, had no idea would ever get to this point. So again, thank you guys so much. So anyway, I'll stop gushing over that. Again, thank you guys for all of that. Greatly appreciate it. So there you have it. There's a little bit of our Mash Journey kind of blind. And again, there are no bad ones. It just, you're going to get the rich, bold, complex ones that are going to overshadow some of the other ones. And that's just the way blinds go. So it is what it is. All right, so for anybody, I've got a link on the Patreon from this post. So if anyone wants to continue chatting and be, we'll talk about some of our picks, things we've got covered. Oh, there we go. Too much whiskey. And then, yeah, we'll kind of get going on some of those things, and we'll have a good time tonight. Probably chat for a little while there as well. So. All right, guys, thanks again. And we'll hopefully see you over in the Patreon thing. If you're not, become a patron, get over there, chat with us a little bit. Let us know what you want to see us picking, and we'll do our best. So we'll see you guys next Tuesday. Thank you so much for joining tonight. Head over to Patreon here in about 25 minutes on Jason's channel, and we'll continue chatting a little bit. So until next Tuesday, remember, it's about the journey and not the destination. Cheers, guys. We'll see you shortly and next Tuesday. See ya.